Well, hello, it's Dan back again, and I've got another parable for you. This particular parable is the parable of the sower, and it's interesting that it's mentioned in three different places in the beginning of the Gospels, the writing of the Gospels. That's one of the first parables that Jesus taught, but it's also a parable that's really directed towards those who are sowers of seed. And yeah, on another side note, boy, the the skunks in our area are really bad, and they're just wreaking havoc on a lot of my neighbors and my lawn. And I have to go in and out of my little room that I'm in here, and I have to make sure I make some noise when I walk out there because half the time there's skunks out there and they're digging up. They either smell or they hear uh, the worms or cocoons of larvae of some worms that we've had to deal with under the soil, and they dig them up and eat them, and they're just going like every couple of inches they're going digging down and eating these things, digging down and eating them, and so they just go through the whole yard, tearing it up. At any rate, back to the parable of the sowers. Uh, it's simple parable. It talks about three different challenges that come upon the seeds that the sower is sown, and then some seeds are sown on good ground, and they yield 100%. But the ones that yield 30 and 60% seem to be these others uh, seeds, and then there's some seeds that get eaten by the birds. Now the three examples then are the ones by the wayside, and I would think that they were the seeds that were exposed, and these exposed seeds had no earth covering them, and the birds came along and eat those seeds. And I kind of think that exposure is to the seeds that don't get a chance is fear, and you can decide what you can think of that parable, what it means to you. But the rest of the seeds, some are sown among the thorns, and some are sown among the rocks. And it said that the ones that were sown among the thorns or the weeds, that they were sown, but that the cares and the riches of this life um, um, affected how they produced anything, and they didn't do as well. And then the ones that were sown among the rocks also, they didn't have any root within themselves, and they sprung up just like the ones among the thorns. They sprung up, but then they didn't have any root, and persecution, it said, was part of the problem that the heat of the sun bore down upon them. Their roots couldn't get any moisture, and that they were ineffective. So I was thinking about this parable, and I thought, well, some of those people out there are gonna we're all gonna have weeds around us. We're all gonna have some rocks to deal with, and some are gonna have both. And so some of those who only have one issue maybe they're going to be 60% effective, and the ones that have uh, both issues, maybe they're going to be 30% effective. But the ones that are on the good ground are 100%. And so this parable is written to the sower, and the sower can't tell all the time, which seeds are going to be among the weeds and which seeds are going to be among the rocks. Um, but his message here to the sower. His message is plant that seed anyway. Get it out there. Yeah, you're going to make some mistakes. You're going to get some of the seeds by the wayside. You're going to get some of the seeds that are exposed. Plant the seed anyway. Sow the seed. Sow the seed because you're not a skunk and you can't tell what's under the ground. You can't smell it. You can't hear it. You can't see it. Plant the seed anyway. And that, my friends, is the parable of the sower that Jesus said. When they wrote the parable, they left out the part what Jesus told them, I'm sure. You can't see what's under the ground. Plant the seed anyways. Be a sower of seed. And that's the parable of today. If you like that, hit the subscribe button and the like button. Let me know. Leave me a message. I will look forward to that. Have a great evening. A great day tomorrow. Thank you.